Here we have the coming soon board. This is
like Connor,
I'm always coming.
These bunch of games that are done and stuff that we can use eventually.
They're not quite done, but you know, maybe it's sort of close to being done, or you know, maybe we have a cool idea,
or you
like
know, they're done
or not done. You know,
yeah, they're done.
In 2021, during the Why There Won't Be a Season 3 podcast, Deep Sheep discussed the roster of games they had planned for Season 3, going into the rules of the games and how they worked, except some of these games were explained in more detail than others. However, on January 12th, 2019, the day after Trouble in Skin Town was released, Spencer joined a voice chat on the Deep Sheep Discord server and spoke about the same Season 3 roster. I was there and I was recording. Both of these discussions of the Season 3 roster focus on different games and give different insights into them, but when combined they give us a much more complete understanding of the games. So now you're going to see each of the games in order of the roster with all available details given about them. Also, for some of the games I included screenshots of them, or what I think could be them, taken from the background of various episodes in Season 2.
Season 3 Episode 1 would be called Slender. What? And it is just like what you would think. It's a lot like the Slender video game.
It's a fitness video.
The way we would do it is we would have everyone turn their gamma down to 1%, and it would take place at night.
Oh my god!
And you try and find 8 paintings in the world, and someone every round becomes the Slender Man.
We had a few bangers. I would say the originals that would have been bangers. Slender was a banger idea that we hadn't fully perfected.
Great idea for a
premiere.
premiere.
Concept was we take the idea from See No Evil where we lower the brightness, but instead of making you completely blind, it's almost blind. Set the game to nighttime, so you really can't see much, and you have to light your way with torches. That's the only way for you to actually see what you're doing, and you're limited on your torches, so you can't just place them everywhere. And the concept was you have... I think several people were basically people who had to run around the world and find paintings, like kind of like Slender. You have to collect the pages. Instead, you're collecting paintings throughout the world. So you're visiting all these old games and stuff. You're traveling everywhere. Meanwhile, you have 1, maybe 2 players that are Endermen, Slendermen, and they can only travel via teleporting with Ender Pearls. And basically, they had a super mega diamond sword. So if they teleported right to you, they could kill you instantly. And the tricky part was making it so that, because Ender Pearls, when you throw them, you lose 2.5 hearts. So once you threw 4 of them back to back, you'd be dead. And that was really lame. So we were trying to figure out a way to get rid of that or to lessen it. So that way also Enderman couldn't just be teleporting everywhere, because that would be unfair. So the game wasn't perfected yet. There were still problems, but the concept and just honestly, just testing it out, having your brightness super low and having light away with torches and hearing these people dressed as Endermen teleporting around you, it was really scary. It was oh, this is fun to play. So
you could get really creative with editing too. You really could.
The game would have been really good. We just needed to nail it. But that one was always going to be a good one. That one was one of my favorites. That was an original idea.
And I remember the building, the little part with the beds where we all
where they all spawned.
That looked sick. Whenever we built that looked awesome. I thought that was going to blend right in.
Yeah.
To Season 3.
So Episode 2 of Season 3 was called Rockclimbers.
Oh, okay, that sounds like
Rockclimbers. The game was actually based off of Mount Your Friends.
Let me guess. Did you guys not to cut you off, but did you guys couldn't really go through each other or something like that, or what?
It was just it was just a game where you basically there'd be teams of 2. And they would go and they would try and use certain blocks to get up higher and higher and higher. We didn't ever really test it though. So Rockclimbers would have been Episode 2.
Rockclimbers was the next one that was kind of a banger. It was a little problematic because it was a primarily strategy related game, which sort of with Defend and Conquer, sometimes that isn't the most entertaining thing in the world, where you just have people standing around thinking, there's just not a whole lot of entertainment value, and it was turn-based. But the premise was you have a giant rock wall, and you have to go into a chest, and you pick up whatever you're supposed to use for that round where it's your turn. And it could be blocks, it could be pistons, it could be lava buckets, it could be waterfalls, it could be all kinds of different things. And you have to just place it, and you have to get to the top of wherever people have climbed up. It's just one pathway. So first person would go, up, done. And you have maybe 60 seconds to get to the top. So at first it's very easy. You're just building blocks and it's simple and easy. Maybe you try and block someone to fuck them up a little bit, but overall everyone's just building. But then eventually you're reaching high up, and 60 seconds suddenly is a long time to get to the top. And if you don't make it, then it was something like you only get one more chance. And if you fail again, you're out of the game. And of course, you're getting different things that you can use to fuck over other people. Imagine getting to the top of it and you have a lava bucket and you just dump it and it blocks the pathway for a ton of other people that now need to get to the top. So that was the whole point of the game, is it was turn-based and a strategy, and it was really cool, and definitely the game I think we all played the most because it was kind of done. So that would have been a really fun episode.
To be honest, I'm pretty sure I did not play that one single time.
Wow.
Because I still didn't really know exactly what the rules were, because I'm pretty sure I never played it at all.
Now, this is honestly this next episode is a very underrated game, and I really wish that we got to play it.
Stomping spiders.
No.
Fuck
I
you.
really, really wish that we got to play this, actually, because this could have been really fun.
Wait, I missed it.
And this is also the most recent
Hasn't
game.
said it
that
yet.
This game, all of these games were made in like 2013, maybe early 2014. This game was actually made in 2017. Familiar one, if you ever watched Minecraft Tournament, is QuickDraw McGraw Reloaded. It would be 8 players, and it would be just 8-person QuickDraw McGraw, so everyone's in a circle firing. That would have been fucking fun.
QuickDraw McGraw Reloaded. The Camden Games.
That from Ultimate Minecraft Champion.
Yeah.
It was a 30-second game.
It was a 30-second game that we made it Reloaded edition. Don't forget.
I named it QuickDraw McGraw Reloaded. I didn't give a fuck. Just for fun.
No, but that's like Reloaded because
he shot already in the first game, so reload, dude. You got a second, you know?
Yeah, reload your bow.
Reload your bow, dude.
Okay, what's number 4?
This next one is gonna make you guys laugh because it has a funny name. Season 3, episode 4 would be the continuation of Iron Chef, in the sense that since Camden, we wanted an episode focused on Chris, and that was what Iron Chef was. So now we're having, since Camden won Iron Chef, an episode focused on Camden. So season 3, episode 4 is the Camden Games. It's a really stupid idea, and I honestly don't think we ever.
Is it like the Hunger Games, but you're all Camden and you have to insult each other in really creative
No,
ways?
it's more like an Olympics. It's like Olympics type stuff. The next game is the one that you already know, Stairway to Hell. It would be the first game that would take place entirely in the Nether.
It's already there though. Why is it called that?
It's just called Stairway to Hell, yo. This next game was actually never built, but I loved the concept so much, and I actually really wish we got to do it. Season 3, episode 6 was called Trench Warfare. We built flags. Or we made flags, so we had like the United States flag. We had like
I like that.
Oh yeah.
we had all the flags, and it was gonna be a 2v2v2, and it was gonna be us like it was gonna be World War I style. Like it was gonna be sick.
What were the teams
like
gonna be?
characters?
Certified
Screw
teams?
you.
No, we never figured that out.
Also, here's a DM between Dell and Chris where Dell asks about trench warfare, so hopefully this audio is long enough for you to be able to read it. If not, then finna pause it. Finna yo.
This next game, you all already know what this is. Dodgeball.
Hell yeah! At least they planned to do it.
Guys,
Dude, we
season
built
3, episode 7 was Dodgeball. Yeah,
I actually built it, and it was
the
like
structure looked really dope.
It's also
By the way, I have a question. Was Escape the Ravine just a substitute for Dodgeball?
Pretty much.
hey,
it's confirmed now.
Why didn't Dodgeball make it in?
Dodgeball, honestly, we never really got the game to work properly, and it was so funny because Chris hates Dodgeball. He hates it with like more than anything. He hates the idea. I am the only one in the entire group that says, "No, we gotta do it."
In a season of games that we all really wanted to play, I can guarantee you, Dodgeball was not one of those games, man. I don't. Because Chris, you highlighted that in your first Skintown video, right? You highlighted.
Sorry.
You highlighted Dodgeball. What are you guys doing? What are you guys even doing right now?
Me and Chris were having a moment.
We were just having a moment. Okay, yeah. Dodgeball. That fucking piece of shit. So Dodgeball was literally. This was invented before like any season 1 game. Honestly, this is like trouble. What? Ultimate Minecraft.
this was trouble.
Trouble was a deep cheap roll.
I want to say this was made around the same time as like a Spider Stomp and
No,
like shitty games like that.
Wait, stop the spider sleeve on the rock!
Then we have Dodgeball, which is pretty much Dodgeball actually, but with fireballs. So when you hit the switch, fireballs go spewing out randomly. You gotta dodge them. Last one standing wins.
The next episode, this would have been the mid-season finale of season 3. Combat Evolved 2. Hang 'em High was the map in Combat Evolved 1. Combat Evolved 2, we were gonna play on Ascension.
We didn't even fucking try for Combat Evolved 2.
Well, no, because because like Halo Combat Evolved was the original title of the game, and then they did Halo 2. So for us, it's Combat Evolved. Combat Evolved 2.
Now, this would have been the mid-season premiere
Number 9
of season 3. This game and another game are the two games that I actually am so upset that we never got to play, because this would have been really cool. This is a game I came up with around a year or two ago, trying to revamp a season 1 game, and I decided that we should do musical pairs.
How does that work?
Okay.
Oh, you're in pairs. I get it.
Yeah, it's teams 2v2v2 musical squares. And
oh, that'd be interesting, actually.
Get this. One of the signs that you could land on is lose a teammate. Musical pairs, though, was something that I really wanted to do.
I did want to quickly talk about musical pairs. Musical pairs here, because this was essentially going to be a reimagining of musical squares, where as the name suggests, it's musical squares, but you're on teams of 2. So sometimes what would happen is you have the original musical squares, like square quilt thingy with all the different colors, but then also we had like little mini squares in the middle of it, where if the item landed in there, both of you guys would have to do something.
Yeah.
And one of the signs that we came up with that we wanted to have is where you could lose a teammate, and a teammate could go to another person's team, so it would be a trio.
Mm-hmm. And then also there were squares where if you landed on it, you could choose to just leave your teammate. So if you feel like your teammate is sucking and you just want to switch to the good team, you could do that. And then there would
be that would fucking suck. Nobody would want to be my teammate.
I remember specifically. There was one that it was like a swap where it's like you die, but then you like swap with that person, and it's just like the dynamic changes so much. So it's like the strategy of it was so cool, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna like tell somebody who's not on my team before the fight to do this, even though they're not on my team. So it's like so much like room for like alliances and betrayals and stuff. And, like, I thought that game was like, I was really excited for that, because I remember talking extensively about that one specifically when we were like coming up with it.
That one I think would have been actually pretty sick.
No, I thought that was a really cool game.
Even though it's a remake, and we had a bunch of remakes on here, we did remakes for a reason, where we legitimately were like, honestly, we can make this game better, and like this would be an amazing episode. Who cares if we did it already? Like Musical Squares, the episode is a good episode and one of the best of season 1, but like the game definitely could use some fixes here and there. Even just like the signs themselves, we changed some of them because we were like, all right, that was kind of dumb. Like the steak one, I remember none of us liked the steak.
Just like, what the
that's just fucking stupid. So get rid of that sign, add a new one. Especially since there were updates after that, there were just new ideas. I think we had one where like we would just spawn a mob or something. There were so many new ideas we could come up with, and we're like, fuck it, let's just revisit the game and just make it better. And so that was going to be a theme throughout season 3. Even though we didn't have a lot of good original content, we could just revisit old games and have banger episodes.
This next one might make you guys laugh, but it sucks because it'll never, like, even if we did a season 3, this game wouldn't get played. Happy Feet? Literally, there was an entire board, and it was a potion game, so we would have a ton of potions, and before the update came out, you could throw those fuckers so super duper far. They nerfed them completely, and you were able to throw them so far and so fast. So now we'll never be able to play Happy Feet. But the thing that stood out to me about Happy Feet was that the middle had this safe area called the oh shit zone.
I just want to touch really quick on Happy Feet, because this is a game that Camden made, and we got fucked over by an update. An update fucked the whole game up.
Yeah, because now the idea of the game was that it's just like you're up in the air, but you're on tiny little spikes and there's gaps in between all of them, so you have to like jump around, and if you fall you die. And also like you had to there's like a thing in the middle, and then everyone started outside of the middle. They had to go into the middle, and then it's like get like one gold nugget, I think, and then go back, and there's like a time limit, and then so whoever gets the most before the end of the time limit wins. But you also had instant damage potions that you could throw, so you could just like chuck it at people and it would hit them and they could fall off. But they changed potions so that you're
basically throwing them underhand from now on, where you're barely fucking.
You just toss.
Yeah, you toss it, but you used to be able to fucking yeet it. You used to be able to go.
But now you can't even like throw it far, and it's like, man, potions are like actually lame, and that actually like messed up Good and the Ugly too. It was like, oh, this is lame.
Yeah,
I don't know why. That's like one of the only update things they did where I was like, you like actually made this lame. Like, it's
like you just made it worse. Why?
Honestly, and it's not even like potions need to be like snowballs are in the game, but like snowballs on PC like hit people. Like I'm pretty sure I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure they fucking hit people. They don't do any damage, but like you'll get jolted by it. That could have been a fix for the game where you're just throwing snowballs and hitting people, but no, because that would be too easy. Like there was a couple ways that game could have been fixed, and that was a really good idea. Like that would have been like a sporadic, chaotic,
that would have been a
yell game.
That would have been a fun ass video.
For that, this game I honestly don't think we ever really talked about that much.
Sound with spiders.
No.
Michael Myers.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Michael Myers.
Drunken sailor.
Michael Myers was literally just a game where people would just stab each other. It was really stupid. This next one's kind of cool. Season 3, Episode 12, Storm the Kingdom. It was going to be Storm the Castle on steroids, guys. We were going to build like this entire... Alright. The next episode is actually like, was this an episode? Season 3, Episode 13. Temple Trap. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember a single thing about this one, so let's move on.
I'm trying to remember Temple Trap. I remember it. I remember it.
This next episode is a two-parter. This will
Alright, so 14 and 15.
In the vein of Game of Thrones and in the vein of Defend and Conquer, it would have been yet another. I believe, this was the best thing that we had for Season 3. A game that actually was supposed to be in Season 2, but at the last minute was omitted for Season 3, which is never going to come out. This is, I believe, one of the best games that we've ever created, and it would have been incredible. And I'm so fucking sad we're never going to get to play it.
2000 never.
Well, what is it?
Season 3, Episode 14 and 15 is Mario Party.
Really, the only games that were original that I was really enthusiastic about that weren't a reboot or an extension of a previous game were Slender, which would have been the premiere of Season 3, and then Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Parties are the gold standard. Like, that's the only game here, really, that all of us fully agree, damn, wish we could do that.
Yeah, that is the only one we wish we could have done, and even then, that's already like an existing property. Like Mario Party is just another board game that essentially, I mean, not that we copied that, not that we ripped off the idea of doing something like that in Minecraft, but what I'm saying is, it's not like what I really like about
that, like our greatest idea, like Iron Chef or something,
or like even musical squares. Like I've never seen like a game really like that.
The finale of Season 3 is we really like the idea of keeping it in Skintown. This cannot happen in canon now because Skintown doesn't really exist anymore. But the ending of Season 3, we were gonna have Daniel do MC edit and spawn in 3 dragons.
Oh my god!
And it was gonna be called the Skintown Massacre. There were also some other games that were
flip my note card over.
Yeah, I remember there was. You guys had that other games board in Fudge Pants Corner. Was Skintown Massacre the one that had the dragon head as the trophy?
Yes. Another one. There's Ultimate Tic Tac Toe, which was actually built and finished on Chris's 16th birthday. So that was that. And then there was also Construction Site. This game was one that Daniel and I made. in like 2013, and it's the stupidest thing. You literally just lead a bunch of creepers into like a pit of sand and try and see who can mine the furthest down. Yeah, that one's pretty funny. I really like this one. These are just ideas. We never even like explored them. There was one where we wanted to do a trial by combat episode.
Oh. Dude,
and then
Tyrion Lannister.
This one's really funny, actually. This one's really funny. I like this is one that Chris fucking came up with. It's called Cattle Roundup. Use leads and you get a caravan of llamas through treacherous terrain.
That was pretty much everything. I just wanted to make this as a way to congregate all the information about all of these like season 3 games and like the other couple games and stuff. Like, and you know, here's hoping that one day they maybe showcase these somehow, like they said in that one comment, or like how Spencer says here.
One day, I want to either play them or showcase them in some stream or video or something. But it won't be a deep dive episode. It won't have multiple perspectives. It might even just be a video of me showing off the structure.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Adios, dogs.